Isaiah 54:13. All your children will be taught by the Lord, and great will be their peace.
Hi guys, welcome back to All About T. Marie. I'm T. Marie, and in today's video, we'll be talking about my labor and delivery story. I'm so excited. I did vlog the process, but let me tell y'all what freaking happened. Some of the videos got put in slow motion, which was very, very irritating. It got put in slow motion, and I was so upset. Some of the videos are not in slow motion, and I will make a video and post that, and it's going to be out of order, but it's just going to show y'all like some of the process. But yes. So I'm supposed to be pumping at 1 o'clock. I'm trying to get on the schedule, y'all, so where I can have more milk. You know, I pump, but I don't pump like I'm supposed to. Because I didn't know I'm supposed to do all this extra, so I looked up stuff. But yes, at 1 o'clock I'm supposed to pump. And it's 12:55. So I need to hurry up and make this video. So she's supposed to be born on May 25th. She never came. So the 27th of May, which was Memorial Day, I was having small contractions here and there, but it wasn't much, and they were just uncomfortable, and it was spread out. And so I was laying down in the bed. I can't remember what time. See, I recorded all this stuff, but it's in slow motion, so some of it. And my doctor called me, and she was like, well, I don't want you to go any further. You are past your due date, 2 days past your due date, and yeah, so tomorrow, which will be the 28th, I had a doctor's appointment, and she was like, just come, I think I had it at like 11, and she was like, just come in at 11, and, we'll discuss, well, first she asked me if I wanted to get induced tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m., which was the 28th, and I said yes, and so then she said, okay, well, come to your doctor's appointment at 11, we'll check you and discuss, you know, the procedure, what's going to happen when you get induced. So I was like, okay. So I called my mama and told her what the doctor had said, and we talked for a little bit. And I told her I was having small contractions. But on the phone, my doctor, I did tell her I was having contractions, but obviously still no baby. So then, you know, after I got off the phone with my mama, a little while later, I got ready to go pick up my brother so we can go to my auntie Maya's house. Because since it's Memorial Day, you barbecue. And so I went. She had a barbecue. So I went over there. We had a good time. And I was still, like I said, still having small contractions, spread out and whatever. And it was more uncomfortable. But that night when I got home and I just kept getting up out the bed to go to the bathroom to pee, I was so uncomfortable. The contractions were like getting closer and they were just hurting. But like I wasn't crying or nothing. It was just uncomfortable and pain. But like I was taking the pain, which is shocking for me because I don't do well with pain. I literally hate pain. Like I'm a crybaby and all that. And I was not crying at all. I was literally not crying like whatsoever. I need to get a burp because she just got done breastfeeding. But I was not crying at all. So then, the next morning, you know, throughout the night, like I said, I kept going to the restroom. I was walking up the stairs, and at the top of the steps, I had a contraction. And so I stood there and just waited it out. And then my grandma was right there in the kitchen, and she saw me, because the stairs were right by the kitchen, to come down to the basement where I stay at. And she was like, she said, you having a contraction? I said, yeah. And she said, looks like we might be having a baby today or something, she said. Or going to the hospital. So, I just waited it out that whole day, basically. I think around like 5 something, I was in the back room, which is a room in the back of the house. It's like an office for my office, pretty much. And I was back there, and I just was waiting out my contractions on my phone in the chair, and tears started coming down, and then I just stopped them. They just stopped, like, and I was just like, okay, and I was just talking to God and just praying and everything. And then I came down here, got my bag, like the last minute things that I needed, and then went in the living room. And I told my grandma I'm ready, because she told me to tell her when I was ready to go. And so she got dressed in the car, and we went to the hospital. And I called my mom, told her I was going to the hospital, and she was coming on her way. I think she was getting off work. And so, yeah, I went in there, and I was like 5 centimeters. I was 5 centimeters dilated, so I labored a lot on my own. Y'all, it's 1 o'clock. Okay. So I labored a lot on my own. Like, I did good on my own. And the doctor was like, or the nurse, whatever, was like, you're doing so good on your own. She checked me and everything. And I was doing good. So they brought me into the labor and delivery room. Because I went into the triage room. And that's when she checked me and everything. I was probably in there for about maybe 20 minutes, whatever. Because they checked me and then they did an ultrasound on me too. Just to see, like, were they correct. Like, she is down there and everything is going well. And to check her heartbeat. I think they checked. Though I had the whatever you call that to check her heartbeat. The thing that they put on your stomach to check the heartbeat and the contractions. So they brought me into the labor and delivery room after triage. My mom showed up, and then my sister showed up maybe like 30 minutes later after my mom. So when I went into the room, I went to the restroom, and my mom right when I walked in, I went to the restroom, and my mom walked in maybe 5 minutes after that. Maybe 2. It was quick. And then I was just going through the contractions, and they was just talking about the epidural, do I need it or not, and I said, maybe later, but right now I'm doing okay. But I didn't really want to do the epidural. I tried to do it like straight. Y'all, I had to put the camera down. My camera said my memory card was full, so I had to delete some of the old footage off of there. So I laid my baby girl down. She's just right here. And so, yeah, I tried to do it natural, but the contractions, I was scared of getting an epidural first of all because I didn't want the needle. I was scared of that long needle, and I was just nervous and scared. But my mama's like, I think you should get the epidural. She was kind of like, I think you should get the epidural. She said, you can get it if you want to. Like, don't feel like you have to go all natural, whatever. I'm like, I'm scared of the epidural. She said, I think it will help, whatever. So the only reason I got the epidural because the contractions come back to back to back to back to back. And I was just like, and I was just over, like, feeling the pain. But I was okay with it, if that made sense. But I was just like, Hey, mama. So I ended up getting it. And, yeah, I got the epidural. And I was just so scared and nervous to get the epidural because you can't move. And I was just like, ah! But my mom was right there the whole time. I know some people, they say that nobody could be there when you get the epidural. Like, they have to leave the room or whatever. My sister and grandma had to leave the room. But I didn't. And I didn't have to leave the room at all. I did not. I didn't have to leave the room, obviously. And my mom didn't have to leave the room at all. So she was there holding my hands and whatever. And it was just the best thing ever. Like, I love that my mom got to stay in there to support me because I was nervous and scared. And, yeah, got the epidural. Like, that process wasn't really that bad. And I shed some tears during it because I was just, like, so nervous. Because I'm like, oh, my gosh, I can't move. Like, what if a contraction come, whatever. But everything worked out. I got the epidural. And I was progressing really, really fast. And all through the night, like, I was progressing fast, and I made it to a 9. When I made it to a 9, I was at a 9 for hours and hours and hours and hours. And they kept having me go from my left side to my right side. From my left side to my right side. And I don't know, I think, like, in my cervix, I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but my left side, she, like, wasn't, can't remember what they were saying, but something about my left side of my cervix, it wasn't just going well. It wasn't dilating to make me a 10. And I was stuck at a 9 and she couldn't come out. But she was trying and everything. So they said, you just been at a 9 and in labor for so long. We're just going to go ahead and do a C-section. And I was like, that's fine. They asked her, they said, you want to keep trying? At first they said, you want to keep trying. I said, let's keep trying. And the doctor, because they switched nurses, from night shift to morning shift, whatever. So they switched, and she was like, we're going to try for a little bit, and if I can't, then we're going to just do the C-section. Long story short, ended up having a C-section with my baby. And honestly, that was the best experience ever. Like, my mom got to be in there with me, and it was just so beautiful. And she came out, and my mom was like, she's here. And I just started busting out crying. She was crying. And the best feeling ever, y'all. I got pictures that, I'm going to post in You know, like I said, I have pictures and videos, some videos, you know. So I'm going to post those in another video, probably a video after this. And yeah, she came out and it was the most beautiful thing ever. I just love it. I love having a C-section because I didn't have to go out and either pushing or just trying to push. Cause y'all, let me tell you, I was constipated, y'all. Constipated after her. And I know that's kind of normal. Probably normal for a lot of mothers after having a baby. But I was constipated and it really hurt to push out. So I'm like, if this is what I was going to push out my vagina, I don't think I could be able to do it. Cause a C-section, y'all, when I tell my C-section was so smooth, like I was barely in any pain. You'll hear in some of the videos, I was barely in any pain. They kept giving me the medicine when I needed it to. I wasn't asking for the medicine. They came in and gave it to me when I needed it. Like whenever they was like, okay, you gotta take your medicine now. That's when I took it. And like I was up and walking to and from the bathroom. Once they took the catheter out and said you gotta try walking, I did. I was using the restroom. Of course, I didn't poop right away. I didn't poop at all at the hospital, but they said as long as you're gassing and passing gas, you're okay. But yes, I got to take a shower there. Like, and it was like, dang, you're doing so well. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, most patients, they're still in the bed, can't barely move, crying and all that. And I was not even doing that. And every time they asked about my pain level, I would say it's about I would say it's about like a 2, a 1, 0, because it was more so sore, not pain, and I wasn't really that, like, no. And I only stayed there, so I had her on Wednesday the 29th, and she was born at 10:05. She was 20 inches long, and she was 7 pounds 4 ounces, and mostly they want C-section mothers to stay there for like 3 whole nights, or like 4 whole nights, whatever. But I stayed there since I was doing so well and nothing was wrong with me. I stayed there. I left Friday. I had her Wednesday and left Friday. My sister stayed the night with me on Wednesday, the day I had her. And then the next day, which was Thursday, I stayed the night by myself. And I was a little rough staying the night by myself. Of course, during the day, people came and visit me and all that. You'll see in the videos. But, like, you'll see, like, me and hear me explaining that stuff. But I literally let me tell y'all, that was kind of a rough night for me, because I think they wrote her out to give her some shots that night, and when she left, I just started crying, and I just started turning on my gospel music while she was gone, and I was crying, and I just fell asleep crying. I was just like, I miss my mom. Like, oh, it was just so sad, and I just miss my baby. I want her to come back to me. And yeah, when she came, they said, I guess I ended up falling asleep listening to my gospel music, and she came back, and they wrote her back in and said, she's back, your baby's back. And I looked at her, I was just so happy to have her back in a room with me. And yeah, they did everything in that hospital room with me except for in the room with me, except for giving her a bath, because I asked for them to give her a bath. And I think the day she came out, yeah, she got a bath. And then yeah, when she got them shots or whatever, yeah, that shot, they rolled her out. So yeah. And it was something else I was gonna say. Oh, the car ride home, y'all. On Friday, the car ride home. What's that be? The 30th? What's that? Let me look. What would that happen? The 29th. I had her the 29th. And I left the 31st. Yeah, the 31st. So the 31st, the car ride home was so rough. The bumps and it was the worst. And I was crying and crying and crying and crying and crying until we got home. And we don't live that far. We live about 10 minutes away, maybe 20, maybe 15. Not even that far. And I was crying, and the bumps were just so terrible. And my grandma was she was doing the best she could and trying to bypass them. But yeah. Then once my grandma went to go pick up my medicine, once she dropped me back off at home, I was feeling okay and fine. And then after that, I was just pretty much okay and happy. Like, I cried maybe once. Yeah, I only cried once after that, which was, yeah, maybe like 3 or 4, maybe like 2 weeks ago, I would say, or 3, I cried. Because I was just like, because she was crying. But because she was crying, and I just didn't know what was wrong with her, but she wanted to be fed. And she was asleep, and then my grandma's friend came in and accidentally woke her up. So that's what the issue was, because we was in the living room. But that's what the issue was. But other than that, I have not cried. I've been so blessed and thankful, just praising God. We listen to our gospel music every day. I pray with her. We say our prayers. We say the Lord's Prayer every single day together. Or at least we try to. I ain't gonna say every day, because you might miss some. Everybody, But most days we're saying our prayer together. And yes, I'm so grateful and blessed to have her. Y'all want to see her face? This is Tiara. Uh-oh. Say hi, Tiara. Say hi, Mama. Say hi, Tiara. Say hi. Say hi, TT. Say hi. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Say hi, Mama. Say hi. This is Tiara Marie Turk. I post a lot of her now. I used to post her and cover up her face. But we did maternity photo. Not maternity, but we did newborn photo shoot. A photo shoot on Sunday. So, which was the 7th of July. So, she has those pictures, and that's when I posted her face. Her whole face. Because normally if I post her, I would just cover up her little face. And I only post her on my story. And posted some of her on TikTok. So yes, if you want to see a lot more of her, go follow my TikTok at, I think my intro shows it, but follow my TikTok at Prince _ Trini _ T. Like this. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Can you see that? And then my Instagram is Prince _ Trini _ TT. I know that's in the description and probably on my, whatever you call it. But in my intro, but this is my Instagram. I don't know if y'all can see that because it looks a little blurry, but yes, it's Prince _ Trendy _ TT. Girl. So yes, that is my living story. Bye. I gotta go tend to my baby. I gotta tend to her. I need to pay attention to her, and I need to go